What's going on, guys? Jacoborth back again with another video of Jacob's Life in Vegas. Here is going to be reason number 2 to love living in Las Vegas, Nevada, and that is the traffic. Now, some of you might be wondering why you would love the traffic out here, and the reason I love it is because there's not much of it. So, like I said in the first video, I moved here from San Jose, California. San Jose is the 10th largest city in the country. It's about 1 million people. Santa Clara County is about 2 million people, and even that is part of the larger San Francisco Bay Area, where there are millions of people driving in every direction every single day. Well, 5 days a week mostly, but every single day there's a whole bunch of people on the road. And if you ever look at cities for the worst traffic in the country, chances are you're going to see San Jose or San Francisco or some of those other Bay Area cities on there. Okay, traffic there, certain times of day, you just know is going to be absolutely brutal. So when I moved out here to Vegas, I saw that Clark County was about the same size as Santa Clara County. The Las Vegas metropolitan area has about 2 million people, about the same size as where I moved from the San Jose area. But here, it's much more spread out, and it's a much younger city. So the roads are even wider out here. And it's, for the most part, it's been planned pretty well. It's been a pretty well developed city with the way the freeways work. And here you do have some of the traffic in the morning during those hours when people are mostly going to work at 8 a.m. They're coming home after 5 p.m. You do have that kind of rush hour traffic in the morning, and then also that normal time when most people get off work. But really, it's not that bad. I mean, I remember when I came out here for 1 week. The Monday after Thanksgiving in 2012, I came out here for 1 week to look for a job working in the nightlife industry. And I remember being in my hotel room one night and listening to the traffic report, to the local traffic report, okay? And they were saying that on Highway 215, which is the main highway out here, on 215, it was something like there was a car pulled off on the shoulder, or something happened. There was a car off on the shoulder of the road. Traffic was backed up, as they said. And I remember the news reporters saying that it was adding about 3 minutes to the commute. I remember when I heard that, I just laughed. I couldn't help but laugh, because 3 minutes to the commute is nothing. I mean, you spend so much more time in traffic, in some of these other big cities across the country, that if there's an accident, then you're really screwed. But just everyday traffic is so much worse than that. So I felt that was hilarious, that was like the headline traffic news, was a car off on the shoulder and it added 3 minutes to the commute time. I mean, that was the, big accident of the night for Las Vegas's traffic. And it's just so minimal out here. I mean, there is some when you're trying to go on the 215 to 15 going up towards the strip and past the strip. There is some if you're coming, like you live in the northwest area and you're taking 95 down to 15 to also go by the strip. You get some traffic there in those normal hours, that 8 a.m. hour, that, after 5 p.m. But the other thing out here is, because this city, a lot of people work in the hospitality industry. There's also a lot of people who work outside those normal working hours that are usually at work. They might be swing shift, they might work graveyard. There's a considerable amount of people out here who work kind of odd hours, so they're not in traffic at the normal time. So that also has an effect on the traffic out here. But for the most part, traffic out here, for being such a big area, for having about 2 million people, the traffic out here is really minimal. And that's one of the other parts that I loved when I came out here. I knew I would love when I heard that news story of a 3-minute delay during rush hour traffic. I mean, for being a big area, for having all the attractions Vegas does, the traffic really isn't that bad, with the exception of the Strip, okay? If you want like big city type traffic, you drive up Las Vegas Boulevard from that area, from Mandalay Bay up to the Stratosphere. That is where you're going to get some traffic, just like you're in San Francisco, LA, New York, Houston, whatever the case is. So, but aside from that, traffic out here is minimal. It's a very easy city to navigate. Even a lot of the side streets or the main streets it's very much a grid. A lot of them go all up and down, north and south, east and west, across the entire metro area. So for the most part, Vegas is a fairly easy area to navigate, and they just keep the traffic down to a minimum. So That's it for this video. Reason number 2 to love Las Vegas is the traffic, or I should say the lack thereof when it comes to traffic. All right, guys, I'm Jacob. This is My Life in Vegas. See you in the next video.